Aswin, thank you for being here, and the floor is yours.
Yep, thank you so much, Antonio, for the introduction as well. And I am pretty sure you're able to see my screen as Zoom tells me that it is shared.
Everything good.
Excellent. Thank you once again. My name is Aswin Haridas. I work at Testia, which is a 100% Airbus daughter company based in Bremen in Germany. And what I would like to talk to you about today is a perspective from a last mile expert when it comes to implementing fiber optics for structure health monitoring. Um, just a short introduction to Testia. We have the tagline Invisible Testing, Visible Innovation, fundamentally a NDT, non-destructive testing based company. So we are sort of built out of Airbus to perform structure integrity tasks, mainly focused around non-destructive testing. So a lot of the penetrant testing, magnetic testing, ultrasound, and shearography, and so on and so forth are part of our portfolio. And we have about 30 years of experience, mainly from the aviation industry, let's say, in performing these inspections at different scales. Um, with regards to our one key USP is our footprint. Since we are providing these services, entity-based and structure integrity-based services, we have tried to diversify our footprint so that we can meet the global requirements. And you probably see that we have about 18 sites and so on and so forth, which gives us the necessary footprint to attack the global market. We have four different, so to say, business lines where we target different, let's say, target the world of structure integrity from different angles. So we look at training and certification as one of our business lines, inspection, which is basically a service business line. We have an engineering business line focusing on developing engineering tools for in-service inspection as well as for production inspection and so on and so forth. And finally, developing products and equipments. And structure health monitoring within the Testia portfolio comes under our engineering business line, where we are trying to provide these services, let's say, to customers worldwide. And some key activities that we perform in structure health monitoring, and maybe just to mention, we are not a sensor developer, nor are we end users. So we are somewhere in the middle. We act as an integrator, and we are working on a portfolio of different capabilities. So you see here we call it our toolbox of sensor solutions that we bring with us when we go to different customers to understand the right pain points and then implement the sensors based on pain points. One of the key activities that we perform is we implement sensors. So this is a key point, especially when you consider 3,000 sensors on a structure. Sometimes it's hard to fathom the number and the need for having the right quality in that scale. And this is something that we are doing quite regularly. With regards to data analytics, we collaborate with the Airbus data analytics team, which means that we are developing tools and technologies um, uh, that are generating information from the data that we collect from sensors. We offer consulting services, sort of to create this end-to-end value chain of services. Predictive maintenance is one key topic that we have been working more and more on nowadays to generate this as part of our portfolio for different use cases. And one last point that we are quite constantly working on, in fact, it's a new offering from our side, is the topic of training. We have realized that with structure health monitoring, the need for market education and to have people educated hands-on with technology is very important. And I will speak about this also very soon in one of my next slides, but this is something as well we do. I have captured two slides to maybe talk about some of our offerings. One quite generic from SHM. I see a lot of names in the list of participants here who have worked with in the past. So I guess for some people it's quite a similar slide that you have seen before. But one of the things that we have realized over and over working with different end users is the aspect of integrated structure health monitoring. I think it was one of the epic events, in fact, in the past, where one of the phrases had popped up, which spoke about from plug and pray to plug and play. And I think we really resonate with that. And we realize that more and more end users realize that there is a need for integrating different sensing solution to mitigate their problem. So meaning one sensor doesn't solve everything. So to generate enough information, you need to have some sort of an integrated backend or integrated front end, depending upon your how you look at it. But the basic idea being for the customer having access to data, integrated data as soon as possible, so that you can convert that data into information. And in a lot of our cases, when we work with customers, we realize that this is something that people realize at a very late stage. And this is a lot of effort to synchronize data. I'm sure a lot of you know this. So this is one of our key and standard offering where we are providing these pre-integrated solutions, trying to integrate conventional sensing, fiber optics, MEMS sensing solutions, so wireless sensor networks and piezo sensors and so on and so forth, all together so that we are generating synchronized data. With regards to fiber optics, I think we are working sort of in extremes in most of our cases. So a lot of the applications that you see on the left side of the screen have something to do with aerospace. And when it comes to hydrogen and space applications and so on and so forth. So here we have been quite active for a lot of years now, implementing fiber optic sensors for cryogenic applications. So we have a lot of experience having long-term measurements of fiber optics, especially strain at 20 Kelvin or 4 Kelvin temperatures. So this way, we have sort of optimized the way in which we implement fibers in scale in order to meet these extremes. On the flip side, we also work with high temperature fiber use cases is relatively new. So we have some upcoming activities where we are looking at implementing fiber optic sensors for monitoring 1000 degrees Celsius and more for a brief period of time, and maybe even 700 degrees Celsius for a long-term inspection monitoring. And this is also an area where we are quite active on, and I think these extremes are suiting us a lot. And maybe also to mention, although we are an Airbus company, we are not only working with aerospace use cases, so we have use cases outside of aerospace, be it wind turbines, or be it marine, or be it infrastructure. And so here we are also actively implementing sensors, including fiber optics for monitoring loads and vibrations. And we are also trying to work together with a lot of end users to speed up the process in which we convert data to information. So we try our best to adapt solutions so that the information is generated as fast as possible. So my last slide, sort of like a future needs from our perspective, from an integrator's perspective. I try to put together some key points. I think it also resonates with some of the speakers who have spoke about fiber optic implementation previously. Some of the things that we have realized working with end users is that there is a need for standardizing integration of fiber optics during manufacturing. This is quite critical because we have worked with large-scale carbon fiber composite manufacturers and so on and so forth, who have challenged the use of fiber optics within the manufacturing process because of warranty that they can offer, which sort of made our end users a little bit cautious when it came to implementing fiber optics integrated into manufacturing. So to have a high amount of reliability and to make sure that these are standardized is, I think, for us quite important. The topic of equivalence, and this is very important when it comes to NDT, and I guess everybody in the world of NDT speaks about probability of detection and some sort of an equivalence principle when it comes to comparing different inspection methodologies. And I think it is also important when it comes to fiber optic implementations in the long term to have some sort of a standardized equivalence approach where we are able to convince the end user that the measurements from the fiber optics are reliable and they can be validated and verified. And this sort of links 2 points on this slide. With regards to data analysis, I think it is very important. And what we have seen is that this transition from data to information is quite quite a critical step in the future. A lot of end users require us to generate information as fast as possible. Let's say shape information. Maybe it's specific to a specific threshold. I don't know, but these kind of information generation from fiber optics is a key observation that we have realized. Ease of integration, cost benefit. I think these are topics also Tiago spoke about previously, and this is also quite important when it comes to large-scale implementation to understand the cost benefits, to understand how it is going to be when we are integrating on large-scale structures. And lastly, again, on the topic of training and education, we are working quite a lot with maintenance, repair, and overall, and sort of different entities to provide these trainings on site for engineers who are implementing structure health monitoring. And we have what we call the Structure Health Monitoring Academy that we have developed. We are providing training to end users working with technologies which are highly mature, so TRL9 and similar. And we really welcome collaboration on this topic, because right now our training is limited to some of the high mature aerospace applications, and maybe training and education in fiber optics could be one of the topics that we can bring forth with this academy. Yeah, and last couple of points. We are completely open to identifying new technologies that can generate information as fast as possible, be it vibration, be it shape, be it acoustic, be it specific to gas sensing, and so on and so forth. Because for us, most of our customers would like to have information as easy and quickly as possible. We are able to provide, if needed, information regarding restrictions. Like, we work with different customers across industries, and there are different requirements that we have gathered over time, and we are happy to share this with prospects, for example, to understand what are the kind of technologies expected. We work a lot also with verification and validation. So we perform a lot of DO 160, military 810 testing, and so on and so forth for aerospace. We are happy to discuss this with anybody who is interested to validate and verify technologies for full-scale implementation. And like I said, we have the SHM training as part of our portfolio, and we are trying to reach out to a lot of interested individuals in SHM. We have our next training, in fact, in Bremen in December this year, so in a month. If anybody is interested, I can share more information, but this is something for the future, for the whole group, to maybe bring a more standardized education to the world. That was it. Thank you so much, and happy to answer any questions that you may have.